Hey, Apophis here. This video is actually a compilation of a few 2v2 matches I did on my level 120 strength build on Elden Ring. I'm not going to be commenting it play by play because this video is very long compared to what I'm used to. So yeah, I think I'm just going to give a description of each match as it starts, and then you can watch it play out. I'm not sure how well this is going to do, but yeah, like 30 minutes of content is just too exhausting if I'm not live streaming. Anyway, this first game started off pretty messy. I think this is actually my first match on this build, so I wanted to try out Roar with the Knight Rider halberds. That's pretty much the best strength scaling halberds. So we have War Cry, we have the Roar Talisman, we also have the Spear Talisman to enhance our piercing counterattacks, and I'm rocking about 70 strength. What else can I say about this match? Well, yeah, these guys are a bit more serious about PvP. They're not just going to be running into the R2. I feel like it's actually easier to bait out in a 1v1 because you could kind of train your opponent by repeatedly doing run attacks or jump R2s or some other behavior that's going to make them think that it's safe for them to come in and punish. Unfortunately, in a 2v2 situation, they're probably going to get saved by their teammate a lot. And also I noticed that the hyper armor on the War Cry R2s seems a lot weaker than it was before 1.08. In 1.07, I can tank through almost anything with the R2 and get a huge counter hit. But a lot of stuff seems to contest it or even beat it out this patch. What some other notes I had. I was really looking for another sidearm to have on this build, and I'm not really sure I did a good job with that here, but I think in the upcoming matches I get a little more creative with my setups, so we'll talk about those when we get there. We start the match of me getting buffed by my teammate. He's using what I assume to be Golden Bow, which should increase my defenses by about 10%. I eat some boiled crab to increase physical defense by another 15%, and we go into the match. So, I'm actually abusing the crouch poke glitch. So if you have a weapon that had its crouch poke changed in your left hand, and you use a weapon in your right hand that's different, so let's say a colossal weapon, this will allow you to use the animation and motion value from the rapier's crouch poke, which for a colossal is definitely a speed improvement despite it being a nerf for the rapier. However, it also has some of the same motion values as that rapier crouch poke, so it's not going to do a ton of damage. For this character with 70 to 80 strength when buffed, I'm doing about 400, which is pretty good for a quick, longer than average range poke. Honestly, I'm not opposed to this moveset staying. It's a pretty good way to use blunt damage in an interesting way that Ultra Greatswords are doing already, especially after the 1.08 buff to Ultra Greatsword Crouch Poke. So, overall, I think it's pretty fun tech. It'll probably get patched out, but if it doesn't, I'll probably continue to enjoy it. Some of the other strong points of this weapon are the jumping attacks, so the jumping R1, jumping R2 do immense damage. Storm Stomp to two-handed R1 is a combo. And also you get the poise from being, a colossal. So you get the hyper armor multiplier in your poise. So I'm actually using 100 poise on the setups for every match in this video. You could still see that some things can interrupt me, even with the hyper armor. So I'm not sure if 1.08 basically nerfed the poise values, because it claims it decreased the amount of poise damage that small and medium weapons do, but in my experience so far, that has not proven to be true. And I think the sidearm I use here is a heavy pipe with Thunderbolt Ash of War, which is a good way to finish an opponent. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next clip. Having gotten some practice in the last match of using this moveset, I felt a little more comfortable using it in a subsequent match right afterwards. In fact, I was really glad I got the opportunity to rematch that curve sword guy from the last fight, the one using Omen Cleaver. So I made better use of the pokes, better use of my armor, and also better use of the pike with Thunderbolt.
That is something I noticed, that if you actually hit stun your opponent, sometimes your partner can run in and get an extra hit. This happens when you're against a gank in PvE all the time. guys. The first one hit stuns you with like a level 2 or 3 hit stun, then the others get some free hits in. Feels pretty good to capitalize on that myself. This match kind of went sideways. Their team was absolutely carried by, quote, Dark Lord. Somehow, the katana unsheath attack out-damages anything I was doing, which was pretty embarrassing. I don't know, he was able to reaction roll the crouch poke almost every time. I think I should have mixed up a little harder, just played more passive, but he was able to break my poise extremely easily. So I suspect he was actually using the flask tier that allows you to break poise more easily. That's something I need to consider in a lot of these arena fights. They're going to be coming with PvP ready wondrous flasks. But the other thing I wanted to highlight from this clip is that it actually ends in a stalemate, so the match was a draw. Didn't know that could happen. Not gonna lie, I thought about cutting this match. But it pretty much just shows off what happens when you have someone on your team who's dead weight. And I'm not sure if this person has like double source seal or just no defense in general, but they were instantly getting clapped for their entire life bar with every Royal Knight's Resolve jump bar too. That was kind of impressive considering this is a cold gut sword and not a heavy wood. It could have done more damage. Anyway, let's watch the rest of this match and you'll find out. And what you're principally going to find out, or what you've probably observed from these matches so far, is that once one team starts getting momentum, it's extremely hard for the other team to come back. Because it's a 2v2 format, right? If one person is down, now they have like a 15-second respawn time, or maybe 20 seconds. The other person basically has to play completely evasive, or quickly kill another member of the enemy team. Otherwise they're going to get 2v1'd and overwhelmed. And so, if you manage to kill both of your opponents, you have enough time to reapply your buffs. You get the pots from killing them, so that'll refill your one blue flask and your one red flask. So you can basically consume all of that stuff before they can even get back up. So you are ready to go and ambush them, while basically they are immediately put on the defensive, because now you're able to pressure them as soon as that little yellow circle disappears. I can't in good faith say that's good design. I think they need to be invincible for at least 3 or 4 seconds after they spawn in. There's no reason that we should be able to pressure them as soon as they respawn. That's a severe design oversight.
This match, the last match I recorded. So, I was borrowing Chase the Bros Golem Halberd setup because it has a very interesting combo from Warcry R2 to R1. It's actually pretty consistent if you can land the R2. The issue is landing the R2. It's pretty slow and only seems to have a hitbox in a straight line in front of your character. I'm up against a guy using an incredibly meta setup, with an offhand Royal Knight's Resolve lance and a lance in his main hand. Every jump attack did close to 1,600 damage, which is insane. I'm actually not really sure how we pulled forward and won this, but I guess I'll take it. But this match really convinced me that the hyper armor is just not working on these colossals. I was getting traded through and hit through my hyper armor a lot. And I think there was one time I tried to hold it in by holding R2, but it didn't actually make me charge up. It just made my character run forward, which was not necessarily what I wanted. But yeah, I don't know. The big boy weapons are kind of a struggle compared to the endless poke sticks. I don't know what else I could really say about that, but yeah, it is what it is, and go ahead and watch the rest of the match if you're interested. Oh my god, big Sag. And he charged R2, completely whiffing that guy casting a dragon spell. Holy shit, man. that was soul crushing. I guess the recent PvP changes and the addition of the arena are probably going to keep me somewhat interested in this. I'm not gonna lie, I still like Dark Souls 2 a lot more in this game. I think the PvP is a little more thoughtful there. I like the slower pace. But I think the arena with friends could actually be pretty fun, like actually being able to coordinate and target a specific opponent or come up with strategies. Things like that could extend the longevity of how much I enjoy this game going forward. It's a lot better than constantly going into 1v3 invasions in random places, if you could even get them on PC. Like, when I switched to PS4, I was able to get invasions at like the level 80s plus 17 bracket pretty quick, but I was actually having trouble finding invasions at the higher level, which was strange. But on PC, I was only finding an invasion once every like 3 minutes, and that's with like 25,000-30,000 people on. So it's pretty unbelievable that basically the wait times are that long. But anyway, stay tuned for more Souls and Elden Ring content now that I'm like fairly motivated. I'll be moving to a new place pretty soon, but that shouldn't really impact my schedule too much. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time. Oh, almost forgot to beg. If you liked it, remember to like, comment, subscribe, and bell is good, much like Anders.